Hi everyone, I am Manish Pandey. Welcome back to the UiPath Document Understanding series. As of now, you learned the complete document understanding series. Now, in this video, I will show you how to process legal contracts using UiPath Document Understanding. You can see this contract. This is the legal contract document. This is a simple legal contract that made between a contractor and a client. Basically, it explains the terms under which the contractor will provide the legal consulting services. It talks about what kind of services the contractor will offer. Also, contractor will be paid $250 per hour, and payment should be done within 30 days after receiving an invoice. And at the bottom, you'll see both the contractor and the client has to sign the agreement. So, if you want to process this type of agreements, then this video is for you. Let's see how to extract the details from the contracts using UiPath document understanding. And for that, I will show from a start to end. Let me open UiPath Studio and then let's create one process. We'll say legal contracts processing. Let's create it. Okay, so as we have started this phase, this is a new project. So we need to install a package so that we can use the document understanding activities. For that, we need to search for uipath.intelligent.ocr.activities. This one. Let's install it, the latest package. Once you'll install, you'll see the taxonomy manager. Okay, let's open the taxonomy manager and let's see the contract here. Now, whatever data, whatever fields value that you want to extract, you need to define in the taxonomy manager. So we have this contract date. So as this is the contract, so this is contract date. You can also say it as a effective date. We'll consider this as a contract date. Then contractor name, client name, contractor address, client address. Then you can also go with the agreement. So we'll say to provide the legal consulting services. We'll take amount to pay $250 per hour. And if you have the signature sign, you can go with that. For now, we'll go with the 4 to 5s like this one: date, contractor name, contractor address, client name, client address, and then this amount. So let's go to the taxonomy. Now we need to create group, category, document types, and all the fields name. So go with the group. So our group, we can say this is a legal document. So I'll say legal. Click save. Now what is the category? So once we click on that, you will see category and document type. So I will say category is this is a service contract, or we can say contract. Service contract. Save it. Now we'll say a document type. So document type is our contract. You can say either um, legal service agreement, you can say, or you just say contract and save it. So we have group legal, service contract, and then contract. Got it. Now inside this, we need to add the field. If you click on this, we have option to add the fields. So let's start with the adding the fields. So as I told you, we need to go with the contract date, contractor name, contractor address, client name, client address, and then we'll go with this amount. Let's quickly add this. Contract date, that will be date. Field, this will be a text. Address, we can take it either text or we can say address. I'll go with the address this time. Now I'll say client name. I'll say text, save it, and then client address. We'll take address, then save. And last one, we'll take amount to pay, or like we can say contractor fees. fees or service fees like that. So it will be a text because we'll be adding $250 hours per hours like that. Save it. So we have 2 to 4 to 6, 6 fields. Got it? Let's close that. Now, as you have gone through all the document understanding series, you know that once we add the details in the taxonomy manager, it creates one folder here with the name document understanding, and then it creates one file with the .json file for the taxonomy. Let's refresh it and you see here taxonomy.json file. It will have all the details here. Now after that we need to start processing. We'll take here one sequence and I will say this is for initialization or init we can say, and inside that we'll take here multiple assign activity, and we'll create here one variable for str API key. Inside that we need to pass that API key. So I have already taken that API key, so I will copy and paste it here, and then I will recall this every time. I'll click on add. Now this time I will take str underscore file path. This is the file which we are going to use. So I'll pass this file path which is legal contracts. So copy as a path and paste here. To do this you need to press shift and right click. Let's change the scope of this. We'll change this to the main. This one also, sorry, this one also will change to main. Got it. Now after that we can take other sequence and I will say this is as a complete processing. Now we'll start with the load taxonomy. Load taxonomy. We can start with the log message where we can start logging these things like initialization status, initialization completed, then load taxonomy started, load taxonomy complete like that. We'll quickly complete this. So we'll create a variable output here. We'll say taxonomy. Now this will load the taxonomy details from the taxonomy JSON file. After loading this, we need to digitize this. So we'll say digitize document. And you see we need to pass the input as a document path. So for that we'll have str file path. Document text as output, we'll say document text. We'll create this variable, and then document object model we need to create as well. Document object model. Now by default this digitized document is using this UiPath document OCR, and in the property you see it has taken that API key, so we'll replace without variable API key. After digitizing, we need to classify the documents. Let's search for classify document scope. Take this. We'll pass here str file path. This will be a taxonomy. This is document text. This is document object model. So everything we are just using which is coming from the previous. And classification results. We'll say classification. This will be results. Now inside that we need to drop a classifier which can help UiPath and document understanding to classify the document and identify which type of document this is. And for that we'll search for classifier, and you see there are multiple: intelligent keyword classifier, keyword based classifier, machine learning classifier. We can pick anyone. So let's say if I'll go with the keyword based classifier, we need to enter the keywords which can help to identify this contract document. So if I know I can add here, so what I'll do, I will take the keyword based classifier. I'll drag and drop in this section. Now if we'll take intelligent keywords, so intelligently it can read that. You need to provide that one sample file, and it can read this, digitize and apply the OCR, and it will read and get some keywords here from here. Let's say contract Alex Johnson. There are multiple details. It will take it from there, it will add it there. Now if we'll go with this, we need to add it here in the manage learning. Okay, now as you know about the learning file path, we need to take one file path. So I will click on that, I'll go with this, and I will copy and paste here, and I will just rename this. I will say, and this should be empty for now. Let's open this with the notepad. Let me open this, and remove it. Save it. Okay, I will take this file and save it here. Now we need to manage the learnings, and for that we need to add some keywords. So we'll go with the documents, and then you see we have contracts, and then we can say effective date, contractor, client, services, compensation, term and termination. Those things, legal, those words, keywords we can add it here. So let's say for that we need to put it like this way, in the double quotes, or you can directly put it automatically, it will take here. So I can say first contract. If you press somewhere here, click somewhere, it will automatically take that. Now comma. Now let's save this. Now these keywords will help this keyword based classifier activity to identify, to classify that document, and that will say this is legal contract. Now we need to click on the configure classifier, and then from here we need to choose that. So this is the document, and we say I want to go with this only keyword based classifier. Now let's save that. This is done. Now we classify that. After classification, we need to extract that, or in between if you want to present the classification station, so you can also do that. Let's say for the validation, so we'll take the present classification station, which will classify this. Okay, document path, will say it str file path, document text, document object model, taxonomy. We need to enter the automatic classification results, which is nothing but a result coming from the classified document scope, which is this one. So we'll enter that class. Now the output will be validated classification results. So we'll take, got it. Now after that, if you want to train that classifier, you can train it. This is optional. I can do it this way. Train classifier str document, that's file path, and then document text, object model, and then taxonomy. And then you see here we have human validated data and human validated classification data. So currently we are using this for classification data. So I'll go with the human validated classification data that is coming from the this one, which is validated to this one. So we'll say validated classification results. Now we need to drop the trainable activities. So as you know, the trainable activities are, so let's enter the trainer, intelligent keyword classifier trainer, keyword based classifier trainer, and machine learning classifier trainer. So as we are using here keyword based, so I will train my keyword based classifier. So I will take this trainer activity. I will go with the same file path so that after learning it will update the same file here. Means after training that file will be updated. Now click on the configure classifier, and same way we need to check this and save that. Got it? After training we can go with the extraction, this one. So we have data extraction scope, this one. So once we classify the document, we say that okay, this is the correct document. Now we are ready to extract the details. So we'll enter str file path, taxonomy, document text, document object model. Now we need to take the classification result, which is coming after the validation and training, after the validation. Because if we'll go with the previous one, this one, then we might not have the correct valid details, because we are also presenting this classification station to reviewer, and reviewer will correct that might be. So we need to go with this, else we'll have the incorrect data. So I'll go with this one. I will say validated classification results. Now we are getting this error because this accepts only classification results, but here we have a collection. So I will go with the 0 because we have currently one document. So I will go with the 0 only. Now here we need to extract, we need to drop the extractor. Now As you see, this is the legal contract. So you need to decide which extractor we can take here so that it can extract the details. So let's search for the extractor, and you see here we have form extractor, machine learning, and regex based. Okay, if we'll go with the form extractor, so these forms, this contract should be always fixed. Means you should have the same format. Only the details will be changed, but you should have the same format. If this is stable, then you can go with the form extractor. You can also go with the rule based, means regex based, where you can write a regular expression to say where we have a contract is made on these things or effective date, like this way, in between whatever value coming, that you can extract and consider as a contract date. Now the contractor comma, after that whatever value we are getting, that we can say as a contractor name. And then for client we can say after this word we need to find and we need to get this one. So we can write regular expression to get these details, and we can go with that. If we are going with the machine learning extractor, then we need public endpoints. But now if you go with this website and you will search here, you'll not get that public endpoints for the legal contracts, because UiPath does not provide a public ML extractor endpoint especially for the legal contracts. And UiPath offers public endpoints only for the commonly used document types like invoices, receipts, purchase orders, utility bills, bank statements, and few more, which is commonly used publicly. But if you want to create your own model, on machine learning model to handle this type documents, you can do it. You can use AI Center, you can create that, you can train your own model. But if you don't have access to AI Center currently, if you're learning and if you don't have access to AI Center, you can go with the form extractor or regex based extractor. Now, I have already explained which one you can choose. So, for now, instead of writing a regular expression, I can show you using form extractor to process the legal contracts. So, I'll drag and drop form extractor. Now, we'll be going with this endpoint form extractor and replace this API key with the variable. Now, if you are using form extractor, you need to manage the templates. So we have currently one template. So I'll create a template, select that specific document type, and I'll say this is a contract, and I can say a legal contract. And here we need to take a template. So this template will be, I'll go with that file. So this is legal contracts. I'll give that file here, and then I will apply the OCR. Got it. Now you see here, it has opened the template manager. And as you know that how to use this form extractor, this template manager, if you don't know, if you have still not seen my previous video, that's okay. Let's click on OK. And now you see here, first page one is the matching information, means we need to give some keywords. Now, as you see here, this accepts only tokens. So we need to go here in the selection mode and select the tokens. Now, first I will go with the contract, and I will press Ctrl from my keyboard, and then I will go with the other. So contract is already there. I will take contract, and then I will say effective date, then contractor, client, services, consulting, then compensation. So we need at least 5 here, minimum 5, terms and termination. We can go with this. Okay, now click on this plus so that it can extract the value from here. Now it's good. It can easily identify this first page, and then based on the first page, what value we need to extract, that we need to define here. Now the first one is extract the contract date. It accepts custom area. So from the selection, I will go with the custom area, and then I want to extract the date. So what I can do, I can select the custom area from here. Got it? Now click on plus. Now contractor name, I will go with this Alex Johnson. I will extract. And now client name is Emily Williams. I will go with this. This is a client name. And then, sorry, we have contractor name. So this is done. We have contract address. I'll go with this. Done. So extract. Now we have client address. So I will take this client address. Then we have contractor fees, which is, we can say, $250 per hour, and extract that. Got it. Now let's click on submit. So we have created a template. Let's close that. Now let's configure the extractor. So I will select this and click save. After data extraction, we have the validation. So I will say present validation station. And here we need to select the document path, file path, document text, document object model, taxonomy. Then here you can see we have automatic extraction result, which is coming from the data extraction. So we can say extraction result. You see here we have extraction result. We'll pass it here, and then we'll take it a validated extraction result. So validated extraction result. So once human validates it, we'll have the results in this one. Now we can take a train extractor. So we'll go with the train extractor scope, and then we'll say document file path as str file path, validated data. So this is validated extraction result, document text, this one, document object model. Got it. Now we need to select the drop trainable activities that we need to drop here. So search for the trainer, and you see here we have 3 classifier trainer and 1 extractor trainer. There is no use of this for now. Only we have machine learning extractor, and we have used form extractors. So we can remove this. There is no use of that. So as this is optional, we can, without this activity, we can go further. And now after the validation, we can export this data. So we have already extracted here. We just need to export this. So we'll write here export extraction result, and just below we'll add that. Now in the extraction result, we need to enter that. So we'll go with the validated one, not automatic. We'll go this, and then we'll create an output as a data set. This will be a variable. This data set is a collection of data. But there will be multiple tables inside this. Now we'll go with the writing this data, this results to the Excel file, and for that we need to install one more package, that is uipath.excel.activities. Install that, save it. Okay, now after exporting, we need to write this to the Excel file, and for that we'll take here write range activity, which will write this data. We'll drag and drop here, and then here we'll just pass the file path. We'll say contract data.xlsx, which will write this data directly to the project folder. After that, we need to enter the sheet name and data table. So data table will be taken from this data set, which is contracts output dot, we'll say table of 0, which will give us the first table of data. After that, we will do the same thing, but only we'll take the name. So we'll say dot table name, dot table name. So table of 0 dot table name, which will write this data and create a sheet name with this one. As you know, it will have a simple field and simple field formatted. If you want to take both one, you can take one more, write Excel file, and this one you'll say table of 1, and this is also table of 1. Go to the property of this Excel, write range activity, and click on add headers. Same thing will do for it, and we'll add headers. Okay, we'll run it. As we have not added log message activity, so we are not able to track the progress of the this automation. It has just mentioned that it is started, but as you can see, it reached to this step. We'll classify this as a contract, submit it. So always the best practice is add the log message to say this step is started, this one completed. Now in the validation, UiPath validation station, everything looks correct. We'll just submit that. Continue and save. Now let's open that folder to validate. Now go to the project, open that file. Got it. Now you see here, let's expand this. We have contract date, this one, contractor name, contractor address, client name, client address, and contractor fees, that is $250 per hour. Now for the formatted one, you will see there is some value here. So you try to let me do one thing this way. Let me right click here, click on row height, and then we'll say 150. We'll go with this. Now you see here for the contractor address, date, this looks correct, contractor name correct, client name correct, contractor fees correct. While changing this from the date, from simple fields this date to this formatted one, it has taken like this way. Now why we are getting this way, do you know? Let me explain that. So as you remember, in the taxonomy manager, we have taken this contractor address and this client address as a field type address. So what it does, it takes address 1 as a key and the value as a value. So it has the key and value pair. So key has the first field and the value. Same way we have city, so it has taken the specific city. Country, it has taken the country. State, it has successfully captured the state. Code, it has taken that code. Same way for this one, it has successfully captured and extracted based on the those fields. So I can open this, I can show you. So it has successfully taken the first address one, then state, city, like that. So the first one, it was address one 456 Maple Street IIL, till this one 456 Maple Street. See Maple Street and IIIL. It seems IIL also taken into this address line one itself. It should go to the it seems country. Not sure how it has worked on that. Might be saying like this is a part of United States. Here also it has considered this as a United States itself, but we have not defined, right? I'm not sure how it has ultimately converted that. So it seems like in backend it works in that way. It takes this zip code and it finds that. So let's search for that zip code, and this zip code is from United States. Got it, right? So it has taken this way. So IIL, it has taken as a first line itself. City as a Springfield. Let's validate. City as a Springfield. This is also correct. I think so. And country, this one, which can say this is also correct. But actually, this was not written in the document, but it has, while converting that, it has taken that. You can go with the anyone. We have two tables. So this way, you can work with the legal contracts. You can process these documents. I hope you like this. Thank you so much for watching.